Our conversation with Milt Lady from White Township, the White Township Manager, in fact, is brought to you by Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. He is on the line with us this morning. Milt, good morning.
Good morning, Todd.
It's good to have you with us here today on this, what turns into a pretty nice morning. I like this.
It is. I'm looking out the window. It's nice and sunny. I like it.
Yeah. Okay, a couple of things I want to get to. First of all, board meeting schedule. The 1 o'clock meeting for the month of May, that'll be tomorrow for the supervisors, but there's planning commission tonight, yes or no?
There is, yep, 7:30. There's a Westmoreland Community College is presenting a preliminary plan review, so yes, it will be as scheduled tonight.
That's a pretty big one, isn't it?
It is, yep.
Yeah.
We're anxious to discuss that.
Yeah, I'm sure that the planning commission wants to get a look at that and really examine exactly what's going to go on with that. Do you think that would include a construction schedule or no?
I don't believe so at this time.
Yeah.
No, it's just a preliminary review.
Yeah, okay. Well, looking forward to seeing that project get going. Hope they can do that and do it as quickly as possible. Then the supervisors tomorrow, right?
That's correct, at 1 o'clock.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What are some of the highlights you're looking for from that meeting?
We're signing. We reviewed the documentation from the last meeting, and we're signing the road materials and fuel oil bids, contracts. Otherwise, just kind of normal routine type items.
Yeah. Now, is the meeting all being done remotely, or are they in one room and the public can participate through Zoom, or how is it working?
There is a go-to meeting information on our website that they can go to, click on that for information. There are a couple guests scheduled to appear in person. We'll maintain proper distancing. We can spread out in the room, but the board will be present, and people can call in to listen.
Yeah, okay. So Indiana County goes to yellow status coming up on Friday, but there are some folks who are gradually getting back to work. What's it look like for the White Township crews that are going out and doing the mowing and working on the roads and the pipes and everything else?
Well, our offices are still closed to the public, but the parks are open to hiking and biking. I think the restrooms, they were opening last week. As far as workforce, we were at about a 50% level, but we brought everybody back last Monday when construction activity was allowed to start again. So we have our road crew out. They're doing stormwater repairs. Just a word of or announcement for today. Fleming Road will be closed just today. Local traffic will still have access to all their properties from either end of the road, but they're replacing a stormwater crossover pipe there. So that's to be noted that there will be some activity on Fleming Road. Also, the sewer crew will be out, as we've announced earlier, that that road on Josephine is closed between Center and Lincoln for today and tomorrow to do some mainline sanitary sewer replacement repairs.
All right. And as we think about heading into this, what should and typically is a very busy season, you're probably going to be taking a look at a lot of those types of projects, aren't you?
We are. As far as the roads go, we're not doing any contracted paving work this year, so we don't have to do any prep work for that. Our major focus is going to be on stormwater cross pipe repairs and basins. We're going to do some scratch paving and then let those settle for a year and come back and do more paving next year. And as far as the sewer goes, we're definitely focusing on making some mainline repairs throughout the upper end of the township where there's old infrastructure and we have a lot of infiltration issues. So a lot of construction work being done by our in-house personnel this summer.
Just underneath the roads.
A lot of it's underneath. That's correct.
Yeah. Well, now was the decision to do that because you identified a whole bunch of problems, or is it just in the course of a maintenance schedule? That's what seems to be most appropriate.
Well, our roads are in pretty good shape paving-wise, so we felt this was a good time of in our yearly planning to maybe take a one-year hiatus on the paving since roads are good shape and concentrate on the stormwater repairs, which are old corrugated steel and they're just all rotting away. That's why we imposed the stormwater fees several years ago to help build up some reserves to tackle that problem. And sanitary sewer, as you know, DEP put a constraint order on us to try to make us correct our infiltration issues. So we're reporting quarterly to DEP, so we have to make a lot of progress on repairing our old sanitary lines in that regard.
Yeah, okay. We're talking with Milt Lady, White Township Manager, this morning about some of the construction work that will be taking place over the next few months. The S&T Bank Arena, the Recreation Department, how's that work going?
Well, we were happy to hear the contractor started back last Monday again with the construction, getting the green light. They're back on the job, taking out all the old insulation and the inner panels of the building to re-insulate that with a spray-on to make significant energy improvements. We'll have an HVAC contractor, I think, on site this week or next week to start work on the new dehumidifier and some of the heaters. So we're excited to have them back on the work site moving ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Anything else happening out there? We're working on a playground out there, too, weren't they?
We did do the design with an architect there, so that was submitted to DCNR for a grant.
Okay.
So we won't know that till probably early next year if we were successful.
Yeah, and of course all the parks are going to need their weekly maintenance, the grass mowing and taking care of any repairs that need to be made. They're probably on the schedule now, aren't they?
They are. They're mowing, collecting trash, opening bathrooms. So we're keeping an eye on them and, not getting the use that we'd like to see at this time of year, but weather's going to pick up and going to the yellow, some people will start moving about. So
yeah,
hopefully that'll pick up.
Yeah, we sure hope so. Hey, Milt, last week we had the folks from the Friends of White's Woods on expressing concerns about the woods, the whole plot itself and the township's plans for it, particularly in terms of timbering. I'm sure you heard at least a portion of that interview. If not, folks, you can listen to it at our website, wccsradio.com. I know that this has been a topic that has come up before. It's been a subject of some controversy. We don't get a lot of controversial topics when it comes to management in White Township. Things seem to go pretty smoothly, but some of their concerns. Could you address some of what they were talking about on Friday?
Sure. There is no timbering authorized or approved at this time. This project, as far as the woodlot management for all our properties, started back in 2018. The supervisors did a lot of fact-finding, got some reports from different foresters before we even selected our current consulting forester. He did a inventory or evaluation of the White's Woods. Unfortunately, that report that was done 16 months ago was what is there, kind of like an inventory. Certainly there was recommendations made in that report, but none of that has been approved by either the supervisors or DCNR. So there is no timbering contract even being discussed at this time. So the Friends of White's Woods have used that report as their basis for saying we're timbering half the woods, and that just is not true. We are evaluating timber up there on a tract basis. Currently, trees are marked for valuation, but again, there has been no approval of that logging or timbering operation. It is strictly been a look at the invasive plants at this time. And again, that has not even been approved pending some contract work that our contractor has to submit, and also a plan document that is forthcoming to DCNR for their approval. Mm-hmm. So the Friends of White's Woods have been very premature in stating that we're logging starting next month. That just is not accurate. The woods has been logged before, not by White Township, but it's been logged twice that we know of. And the most recent one was in the 40s and early 50s. So a lot of the trails that are used up there are old skid roads. And certainly the woods, as it is today, has benefited from those logging operations in the past, but certainly it's not a virgin forest by any means. The public documents we've issued willingly have had ideas in them for the progression of the plans. Certainly out at the Red Complex, that project was started first as a demonstration site so the supervisors could see what the treatment of invasive plants look like. It's called forest mulching, where they bring a machine in that basically it grinds up all the invasive plants. That project was done early this year, and the supervisors were happy with how it looked. That's why they approved the forester taking a look at White's Woods and providing a scope of services out there also, the first phase being the invasive treatment phase. It is not a money-making project by any means. The cost to treat the invasive plants is substantial. And a lot of the timbering or forest harvesting will help to offset those costs. But we certainly are not making the money that first report back 16 months ago indicated was possible out there. That is not the case. We are not pursuing that part, and all documents and plans will be approved by DCNR before moving forward.
Yeah, so there really are no next steps to talk about?
Not at this point, not until DCNR reviews our documentation and makes improvements. And even when that happens, those plans will be provided to the public for review before the supervisors would make a final decision.
All right. Very good. Milt, thanks for helping us to understand a little bit further about that and for spending some time with us here today. Lots of things going on in White Township right now. Gracious.
There are. We're moving along. Construction is greatly anticipated, so everybody stay safe out there.
Yeah. Just before I let you go, anything new on the traffic light project at Warren Road? No.
We are. The poles are being manufactured and inspected as we speak. We are anticipating delivery early June to get back to construction on the signal.
Very good. Very good. Milt, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you.